welcome to Gemstone Tarot. I wanted to change it up today, but then I'm not going to. I thought to myself, I want to choose a really different deck. I want to do this, I want to do that. And then, I don't know, I just thought, no, I've got to keep it Greek. So I'm keeping it Greek. Okay, we're keeping it Greek. Now, this is for the weekend, 20th, 21st of July, creeping towards Leo season, swimming towards Leo season, floating towards Leo season, careering, I don't know. I think actually some of all of the above towards Leo season. Oh. Okay. Keeping it Greek, keeping it mythical. Trusting our intuition. Hello. Oof. Valley Bobs continues to be in the Virginia Creeper outside. She has a little kind of, a sort of a little cat nest on top of like an old shed. She's loving it. Also, there's a hedgehog. I've got a hedgehog in the garden. I don't know if that sounded a bit like a euphemism. It does to me, but maybe that's just my mind. But yeah, genuinely, there's a little hedgehog in the garden. Very exciting. So, I've put out cat food and water, both of which have disappeared, but impossible to say whether the cats ate it or the hedgehog did. Don't know how you can tell. Anyway, I'm doing my best. Right. This is an interesting reading. The overall energy, right, is the Five of Cups. Eros and Psyche, they've been featuring a bit recently, haven't they? And the conjugal couch is back. I love me a conjugal couch. I think I'm going to get a conjugal couch. A chaise longue, no less. Love a chaise longue. Look at it. That, my friends, is a chaise longue. I feel like it's velvet. You know, that really kind of good, plushy velvet. And I think I would go for a midnight blue as well. Anyway, chaise longue, the conjugal couch. There's been some conjugal goings on of some kind or another. There was a weird deal between Eros and Psyche, like there always is, isn't there? There's always a weird deal in Greek mythology. Something to do with she wasn't allowed to see what he really looked like, but she couldn't help herself. Often in lots of mythology, there's myths about women not being able to help themselves. I don't know what that says, but anyway, she couldn't help herself and she had a little old look at Eros, and I think he looked damn fine on the conjugal couch. And then that was it, off he went, scarpered, adios. And she's got the lamp and she's kind of wanting to chase him, and it's all a bit like that, okay? And then underneath it, the Fool in reverse. I don't know why, but that put me in mind immediately. This is Mad Mind today, of B.A. Baracus. Something about, you know, I ain't getting on no plane. And he says, I'm no damn fool. So I'm kind of getting that vibe, you know, put together. The A-team with Greek mythology, Eros and Psyche. It can be done, okay? Fool in reverse, not... You know how yesterday, again, we had this energy of very much wanting to leap, wanting to move forward with a situation, but it would be foolish to do that just yet. We're so close to the sort of 1st of August, the new moon in Leo on the 31st, I think, of July. I've got the Ace of Wands and I've got the Ace of Swords. Athene wielding a massive, moosetive sword. That sword's bigger than her, which I really like. Athene always wears this elaborate headgear because Athene rules intellect in war. She rules strategy, okay? She's a strategy person, whatever you would call that in war. And then directly underneath her, the Ten of Swords in reverse, Athene features again. Hands up to the Furies, she says, you've done enough. Enough already. Enough, says Athene, with the massive sword. dawn breaks over the horizon, okay? When you get the Ace of Swords and you get the Ten of Swords, you've got your full set there. Regardless, actually, it's more useful to have the 10 in reverse than the Ace, so we like it this way. But you got a full swordy gambit. I quite like that. It's the end of an intellectual arc of something, okay? But it hasn't quite struck yet. Once it does, and once you've reached that 10 of Swords, something new will come in. New information, new message. Mercury, you know, I mean, it's retrograde until really the beginning of August, but it may just start to stir a little. Here we are, the Page of Swords. A message, something of hope. Above it, the star. I love that, the Fairy of Hope. Star card, representing Aquarian energy. Aquarian energy, of course, representing humanity and society at large. This can be to do with a group of people. It can be to do with a relationship with an Aquarius. It can be to do with anything to do with humanity, and it's not fairness. Fairness is more a Libran thing, but fellowship of sorts, okay? And hope, to be honest. The star in itself, regardless of its astrology, is a card of hope, and we like that. There is a chance to start rebuilding partnership work with somebody, probably to do with work, but could be to do with anything else. 7 of Pentacles, the kind of apprentice harvest, where shall we put these pentacles? Let's make a joint decision card, okay? Page of Pentacles, Ecclesiastes, and I can never say that right. And I always look in there as if I'm going to find a Bible in there, which I do collect Bibles actually, weirdly, because I did do theology. But there's no Bible in my tarot cupboard. Okay, there is one downstairs. And I can't remember the proper name, but that thing about, it's an Old Testament, Ecclesiastes or Ecclesiastes, a time to reap and a time to sow, a time to this and a time to that. It's actually beautiful. I'm not doing it enough credit, okay? Song of Solomon, Ecclesiastes, nice things to read. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, there is a time. And again, T.S. Eliot, there will be time, there will be time. Love song of Alfred J. Prufrock, again, there will be time for 100 visions and revisions. There's time, people. I'm very poety today. I was going to bring Philip Larkin on and read days. And then, of course, in usual gemstone tarot style, she says, looking again to the tarot cupboard as if it should be there, I couldn't find the book, so I decided not to. Have a look for it if you can. Everybody loves that poem usually when they read it, and also it's short, okay? Nobody wants to read a big tome. It's short and pithy, and I really felt it today. So if you feel like it, look up Philip Larkin Days. Even better, buy the book. Always good to keep poets, even though he's passed, but keep poets in clover. Okay, back to this. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. Yeah, you're feeling it. Rockets and downloads, but at the same time, 10 of Swords in reverse. I ain't getting on no damn plane. The Fool in reverse. The 5 of Cups, the conjugal couch. Some kind of sorrow working its way through. Some kind of hope, some kind of clarity. It's a bit of a casserole, okay? This is a bit of a casserole. Let's have an oracle card for this casserole. It's quite a nice casserole though. I'm liking the star in the middle. Yeah, and I'm liking that a lot. Okay, your oracle card is milk and honey, baby elephants bathing in milk, gorgeous honey, lovely rainbows. This is nice. There is something at the end of the rainbow, hope. Okay, no, it's not maybe as you wanted it or in the timing that you wanted it. Is it ever? Is it ever? I know. Let's have one of these, and we maybe have one of those. Okay, we're flying by the seat of our pants today. Love it. Da-da, blessings. Very, very nice. There's some nice energy out there, okay? There is also this chippy-choppy change and impetus versus holding back, which is still on, okay? We're kind of champing at the bit. keep champing. Okay. Yeah, we're having one of those. Brian and Wendy Freed. Nope. Yes. Ooh, Lady of Leprechauns. She has a mask in one hand. She has a crystal ball in the other. This is, when we're in this energy, when we're in this gap of Ace of Swords, which is almost too much to know. Sometimes it's like downloads that overshoot what we can process, and almost too much woomph than we can also process. When you get those two things together, coupled with the Fool in reverse and the Five of Cups, sometimes it can get a bit twisted and confused. And the Lady of Leprechauns is this sort of seeing through a glass darkly, which is St. Paul. It's put very basically, you're not really seeing things clearly. There's some advantage in that because the Ace of Swords is so much bigger than just seeing things clearly. It's knowing, it's aha knowing, it's up the crown chakra. It's up the crown chakra with some kundalini thrown in. It's not quite going to happen yet. But in this in-between casserole stagey, don't get sold a pup. Don't believe too easily, if that makes sense. That's that Fool, I ain't getting on no damn plane in reverse. Could that be the title of the video? That's an interesting casserole of a weekend. Please leave me a comment and let me know how it resonated with you, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.